Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gospel Express TV. I have a very special guest calling us all the way from the beautiful city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where they do actually have summer, which I found out the other day. She is a singer, songwriter. I mean, just an awesome lady. And I just had to talk to her today. Her name is Carrie Harrington. She's from the group Sounds of Blackness. How you
Hi,
doing?
hello everyone.
So tell everybody about yourself. I want to know, like, the story of Carrie, where she grew up, how you started singing. Now, you're a singer, songwriter, producer, all that good stuff. Tell us how all that started.
Well, let's see. I was born in New Jersey, but I was raised here. Yep, I'm a Jersey City. Yeah, I'm a Jersey girl.
Okay.
But I was raised here in Minnesota.
Now, why did your family?
Well, it was actually my father. My father moved here,
Okay.
and yeah, he took three of us with him. So I was the youngest,
Okay.
so I ended up with him here in Minnesota.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and then
Go ahead. Mhm. So you kidnapped Minnesota. Go ahead.
yes, pretty much. But basically, as far as the music, I actually grew up taking classical piano. So that was my first introduction to music, learning classical piano, and I loved it. I still love it. I don't have time. I admit I don't play as much. I only play if I'm trying to figure out a song. So I'm now more of a studio musician more than anything else. But yes, I started with classical music, and I never really was interested in singing. I just wanted to play. And then I was kind of forced to get into the choir. And first I hated it. It was like, I don't want to sing. I don't want to sing. I just want to play. But, just being in the choir, I kind of grew into it and, gradually started singing more. But when I was in high school, they had a performing arts studio. So me and a group of my friends, we were into that, and we would sing, other artists' songs, and we would write our own songs, and it was more just for fun. And when I was at home, I would write lyrics, but again, it was just more, I never thought about writing any real songs. It was just more me writing down my thoughts and my poetry and everything like that. And one of my guidance counselors, he was like, well, you should really audition for the Sounds of Blackness. And again, I was like, I don't want to do that. I was doing too many things after school. I was cheerleading, I was like, I want to hang out with my friends. I just want to have fun. But I went to the audition, and I went with a friend of mine who really actually did audition. And I was like, okay, I'll go with you just to provide, moral support. So went to the audition, and she ended up doing hers. And then they were like, why don't you just come on, just try it. Just come on and sing. So I sang, and actually I made it and she didn't, which I felt really bad.
Now, where were the auditions at?
Oh, they were at McAllister College, and it was super intimidating because, I knew about the Sounds of Blackness, and I knew about the annual, the Christmas play that they always did. And everybody, it's like everybody goes to the Sounds of Blackness Christmas show. So it was like a big thing for me. I mean, I knew, and when I got in there, all of the members were there, and Gary was sitting at the piano. And I thought, oh my gosh, and I was in my cheerleading outfit. And yeah, I was super.
This will get me noticed, right?
Yeah, I was super intimidated.
I think it was a good.
Pardon me?
Yeah. I think that was a good move.
It was a good move. It was a good move. Gary is, oh man, I can't even describe. I mean, just him as a musician. I mean, he has perfect pitch, so he can pull a note, he knows exactly what the note is without even, going to the piano. He has perfect pitch. He's just I mean, he's just the most amazing musician that I've ever met, and I'm so 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 glad that I'm in the sounds just because he's taught me a lot. Um, he was very strict and still pretty much is, but I've come to appreciate that. When I was young, you know how you're young and you know everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've definitely come to appreciate it, and I just respect him so much. I owe everything musically that I know and that I do to him, because without him, I wouldn't have had the courage to start writing or actually singing out more. I mean, he's an amazing, amazing musician and an amazing person. So love him to death.
Mhm. Okay, so you go into this audition. Did you have to sing, or did you go as a
Oh,
musician or a singer?
I had to sing. So in the auditions, he makes you do there's a technical portion, and then there's a part where he says, "Now sing a solo." And I almost passed out because all of these people, they're
Mhm.
all accomplished singers, musicians. And here I am, little old me, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I got to sing in front of all of these people. But I remember I sang Amazing Grace. That was like the easiest thing, And then the technical portion, he'll play like notes on the piano, just random notes on the piano. And then he'll ask you to sing them back. And that was not bad, but still, it was just very nerve wracking, just because of who he is, and then the group. So yeah, it's
Everybody looking at you.
yes, yes.
Wow. I remember an audition like that in like the fourth grade. They were starting a choir for the first time ever in the history of our school, and they made everybody come into this room, and we're all like crowded around, and they made everybody sing individually. I was like, I'm gonna throw up, right?
Exactly, exactly.
This is not the move. I just want to play. I don't think I want to
Right,
sing. Right?
exactly. Yeah.
So I ended up sneaking out because I was already in the band. So I snuck out, I'm like, out of here. But I know how that could be. Okay, so how long ago was that? Your audition process
Oh
and
my
everything.
gosh. That was I don't want to say the year. It was ages ago.
Okay, ages ago.
Yes.
Okay, well, I just had somebody put me on Front Street with 2000, which was 22 years ago. I said, okay. I know how that is. I get it. Okay, so how long have you been in the group, and when did you start like doing most of writing and composing and everything?
Um,
And I also want to know some of the songs you've written.
I started I started writing. I've been in the group for, oh my gosh, over 30 years. It's crazy. I think about it and I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
You only can when you started, so it's not good.
Right.
I get it.
Right. But I started writing. My first song was
Mhm.
Hallelujah Lord. Hallelujah Lord. It's called Hallelujah Lord. And I
Mhm.
believe it or not, that song came to me in a dream. I woke up and it's like, okay, here are the parts to this song. This is something that I want, to present to the sounds. And, Gary listened to it and he loved it. And so that was like the first song that I wrote. I believe I
Mhm.
wrote a Christmas song. It's called Joy to the World. There's another tune on there, and honestly, I can't remember the name of it. It's been so long ago. Rise. That's what it's called. Wrote that. Wrote Testify. There's another song called Testify. There are two songs called Testify. One that Ann and Jimmy wrote. Ann and Big Jim, not Jimmy Jam Harris, but Big Jim, who passed away. Um,
Yeah.
they wrote, and then there was not too long ago, maybe 5 years ago, I wrote a song called Testify also. And then, of course, this song that's out now. Yeah. And that one is called Hold Up Your Light.
And the song that's out now.
I'm sorry.
Lift Up Your
Yes,
Light.
Hold Up Your Light.
You said, I said, yeah.
Yes.
He's very excited about this song.
And, I am, Gary, like I said, Gary has such a good ear, and it just does my heart good that he likes the song, I get his approval. So yeah, I'm really super excited about that. And it makes me feel, just so, I don't know, just because I'm so in awe of him and his abilities musically. So
I get it. I mean, just from talking to him, I'm like,
yeah. And before he, when he was at Macalester College, before he actually went into, he was, of course, doing music at Macalester, but he was accepted at Princeton University. Yeah, he was accepted at Princeton, and he turned it down because he wanted to keep doing his music. So yeah, Harry is a very, interesting person, very smart. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, talk to songwriters. How do you know when you've got a good song? Or when you got something that's special? I won't say good, I'll say special.
I've worked on songs, and some of them come easily, you know what I mean? As in terms of writing the lyrics, sometimes it's all there. And then I've worked on songs, and it's like, oh man, I can't seem to finish this, or I can't seem to find. So that's a really hard one for me. Because I think most of the time when you're writing a song, you think all of them are special. You know what I mean? As an artist, because you go through you go through the blood, sweat, and tears of actually writing it. So it's kind of every song that you write is almost like your baby. But I do have to admit, there are songs that I've written and I look back and I'm thinking, nah, let me change this up, or let me change, but I really, I think, like, sometimes, like, for instance, this song that I just wrote, Hold Up Your Light, I felt that it was special just because of the message. And I felt like this is a message that needs to get out to the world. So maybe in that sense, I feel like, out of the songs that I've written or am working on, this one is special to me just because I think that it will, heal some hearts and heal some souls. And, I think just because it's like a gift that I want to give to the world. So in that regard, yes, it is special to me. So I guess you can think about it that way. Sometimes it's the lyrics, that make a song special, or maybe hit close to home for you, or something that you've gone through. I think a lot of times as artists, we like to put in a little of our personal, lives or our personal experiences, because it just makes the song more authentic. So I think when that happens, yes, that then a song becomes special. Yes.
Yeah, you said that you had a song that came to you in a dream, jumped up. And I've seen somebody do that. Actually, my ex-husband woke us up once at 4 o'clock in the morning and said, we had a home studio, of course, and he said, I've got a song. And I said, I did, at first, I was like, your first reaction is always negative, but I didn't say a word. I just got up, I went down, I put the coffee pot on, he went into the studio, started turning everything on, and He did. He actually had a very, very
Yeah,
wonderful
it's
song.
really
So
weird how that works.
I've seen that.
It happens. That one, sometimes I have dreams about songs and I don't remember them, but I do remember the dream. It's like, I know I dreamed about a song and it was a really good one, but I can't remember what it
So
was.
what do you do? You wake up
Yeah.
and you should keep a pad and pencil
Oh,
ready
yeah.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
recorder.
I used to
Yeah,
keep one of
yeah.
those little handheld recorders. But now that I have my phone, of course,
Mhm.
there's that, recording on the phone. So I'm all the
Yeah.
time. People probably think I'm crazy because they see me singing in my phone or talking in my phone. But yeah, constantly just little bits and pieces of songs, that come to me here and there. I always record them because you can always go back to them. And I do. So, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. So does Sounds of Blackness have like certain writers that they work with, or are they open to getting music from wherever they get it? I know you guys work with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and you all write yourself. So I mean, how does that
Yes, I think because there's so much talent in the group, we don't,
work? Hmm.
not that we won't, but we normally just do everything ourselves. I know that there is a song coming out, um, and I don't know if you may not know his name, but his name is his name is Buddy, and it's called Thankful. And he's an artist that, excuse me, lives here in Minnesota. I think that's going to come out in August. But yeah, sometimes we collaborate mostly with hometown talent because I think that's important
Hmm.
to, go back to the community and pay it forward because we have a lot of talent here. We really do. So, but I mean, like I said, we are not opposed to working with anyone else. So, yeah, if you know anybody, send them our way. Because personally, to me, I think collaboration is a really good thing because you get two different perspectives, on a song, and that means it just
Yeah.
makes it, that's just twice the effort makes it doubly good. I think, you get different. Creative ideas, and I like that. I think it's nice when you
Hmm.
collaborate.
Wonderful. Now, I asked Gary about this, and he did mention that where you all rehearse is just a few blocks from where George
Yes.
Floyd was murdered. What have what has the atmosphere been like
In
in
Minneapolis,
Minneapolis since?
um,
Mhm.
I would say during the time, just like directly after, and I'm going to say his murder because that's what it was.
Yeah.
So directly after that, I mean, it was tense. I mean, it, everybody
Mhm.
was tense. There was a lot of protesting, and there was some rioting. Um, but I think they found out that a lot of that came from some of the white supremacists and those types of groups that were, pretending to be part of Black Lives Matter or pretending to be protesters and kind of egging people on. So there was some of that. But I remember in my apartment, I would look out the window and you could see smoke rising up, like from, I don't know, from fires that had been started. Um, it was a really scary time. I mean, the protests were definitely necessary, but yes, it was very scary. And I know, and during that time, all the Sounds members, we'd always check up on each other, and we'd let each other know,
Mhm.
okay, they're protesting here, or this happened over here, and are you okay? So I think during that time, yes, there was, and a lot of the businesses were boarded up, like downtown, everywhere actually.
Yeah.
The businesses were boarded up. But right now, I think now it's pretty much back to just normal. You do see every once in a while a few boarded up buildings, but I think, and especially during the trial, Yeah, everybody was bracing for, the verdict, especially, during the trial. So I think, yes, it was a very tense, time, a very, scary time, because I think even for myself, I found that I was more on edge, and maybe even more quick to anger, just because of the stress and, the situation. So, and I think a lot of people felt that way. Black people, white people, felt that way. So just because of the injustice, I think, I would say for me, that, yeah, I had to check myself, because the anger was there. So, yeah.
Now, and not to mention, it was at the beginning of COVID
Yes.
19. So you have all
Yes.
that going on with all the protests and everything. I would imagine I was like, wow, just wow, our hearts just went out
Yes.
to everybody in Minneapolis, in that area. All right, well, on a lighter note, what kind of advice or what would you say to someone who is an aspiring songwriter or producer and, wants to get their music, recorded by a wonderful group?
I would say you have to, if you believe, you have to believe in yourself. That is the most important thing, because I'm going to tell you, people are going to say, why are you doing this? You should go back to school, or you should do this, or blah, blah, blah. People are going to give their opinions about you as a songwriter. I mean, I've heard it all, but you have to stay true, and you have to have that belief in yourself. You really, really do,
Mhm.
because in time you're going to hear a lot of no's. You're going to hear a lot of, you're not
Yeah.
good enough, this is not good enough, it's not this, it's not
Mhm.
that. So yeah, you're just going to have to be able to wade through all of that and keep going. If you really believe that you have that talent, then you can't let anything get in your way. You can't hear those no's. You know what I mean? It's one thing to take advice from someone, and they say, "Oh, this is really good, but you might want to tweak this or do this," or, you know what I'm saying? You can have mentors, but don't let those naysayers and those people who are just negative to be negative, or people who don't really understand, don't let them get in your head. And also, I want to say,
Mhm.
don't tell yourself that you can't do something, because, like, for me, this song, Hold Up Your Light, I wrote the lyrics, I did the arrangement, and I produced it. And I don't consider myself a producer, but sometimes if you're in a situation where you are all you have, or you can't afford to hire someone, you got to step out on faith and say, okay, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to do this. I know what's in my head. So let me go out here and let me do it anyway. I'll go to the studio. I can play around with some stuff, or I'll sit down at the piano and I'll play around with some stuff. Never tell yourself no, because you never know what you can do. You got to push your talent. You got to push it until, even when you're uncomfortable. Like I said, producing is not really my thing, but I thought, I got to do it. I'm just going to go out here and do it because it needs to be done. And I don't have a producer that I'm working with, so I got to do it myself. So you really gotta, if you want to pursue music, you gotta be disciplined. That's the other thing, because your friends might be outside partying, or they might be out, going to dinners or doing this or hanging out. But if you're a true writer, you're going to be in your home, or your apartment, or wherever, and you're going to be sitting inside working on lyrics. So you really, really have to have that discipline, because you have to remember there are thousands of other people trying to do the same thing. So you gotta, if you're going to do it, you got to stay true to your craft. It's really about being, persevering, being tenacious, being disciplined, really. And letting go of the negativity.
Have you for anybody other
I
than
have not, and that is my next thing that I would love to do. I would love to write for another artist. I would love to.
Mhm. Okay. Well, how can anyone
Connect
connect
with
with
me. They can go
you?
through our Sounds of Blackness webpage. We do have one. Trying to think. I am on Instagram, of course. Just look for Care Bear. And I'm on Instagram. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
probably the easiest thing is to go through the Sounds website and ask for me. If someone wants to talk about music, I am more than happy to do that. I think, as artists, coming up and struggling, we need to encourage each other. I believe in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. Miss Carrie, I thank you
Oh, well,
so
thank
very
you.
much. Give them that Sounds of Blackness
Pardon me?
website again. The Sounds of Blackness website so that they can connect with you guys, follow
Oh
you
my gosh, I'm
guys.
so embarrassed because I don't. Just, if you, I think it's just,
You can
yep,
probably Google
Sounds of
the Sounds
Blackness,
of Blackness and find it.
www.soundsofblackness.com. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yes. And,
Okay. Well, Miss Carrie, again,
oh, no, 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 no.
what
I
were
was
you
going to
going to say?
say, and you can always reach out to Gary Hines. And, well, actually, probably the best thing, just go to our website.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I thank you so much. Sorry for all the drama, but we're together now,
Yes.
right? So, thank you so much
Oh,
for
thank you
being
for
on the
having me.
show. We do appreciate you, and we'll look forward to seeing
Oh,
you in
yes.
Ohio on August
Right.
20th. Yeah. So
All
we'll see you.
right.